John runs a lot of marathons. I think his goal is to run marathons in every state. And he was so nervous today, he was like, hey, can I put Band-Aids on my nipples for the set? And I thought it was weird. He's like, it's just a luck thing. It's just a luck thing. I've known John for almost 40 years now. And I got to know John really well because, as he said, he's one of my brother's best friends. And whenever they needed an extra to play basketball, they'd always have me and John cover each other. Now I'm about 4 or 5 years younger, so if you're thinking that speaks volumes about John's ability, you're right. He was not a good basketball player, but he was so strong. I was 5, but man, he used to throw me around like crazy. But I'll tell you what, he countered that strength with a perm that was so delicate that, now, this is a dead serious, this is the truth. When I met John, he was chubby with a perm. Now he's lean, mean, and he doesn't have a hair on his body. I checked right before the show. Anita, I don't know if you do the trimming, but well done. So I've gotten so much advice from John throughout my life. He's been a mentor to me. He's been a great guy. So John, I thought I'd give you, as a new comic, maybe just some lessons that I've learned as a comedian in my time, year and a half or so doing this. So take it or leave it. I just walk through them. Lesson number 1, just in reflection about being a comedian. I'm not very funny. And people laugh at that, but the proof's out there. The judges' scores, your reaction to that joke. There's so much out there that says I'm not funny, right? After the shows, people come up and they'll say things like, I can't believe you did that. Not a compliment. Or like, man, it really takes balls to do what you just did. Not a compliment. Let me tell you 3 things no one's ever said to me after a show. You're funny. That was entertaining. I like you. None of those have happened in a year and a half. So, lesson number 1, I'm not that funny. Lesson number 2, John, if you're looking to get ladies through comedy, think again. There is no return on investment when it comes to the ladies. I haven't gotten a text, a call, no one has slid into my DMs. Nothing. And John, you're married, so you're not having sex anyway, so it's not going to change that much. Maybe she'll stop shaving your body for races. I don't know. So, doesn't help with the ladies. Lesson number 3: practice is key. Like if you're gonna try stand-up, you got to be prepared. You've got to practice. But there's just certain places you shouldn't practice. I'll give you a couple examples. Remember the cafeteria duty that I mentioned earlier? They just don't get it. I'm giving these kids some of my best material and it's going right over their heads. I don't know what they teach in pre-K, but it's not enough right now. And I try to have self-control. I try to hold back, but my last shift, it was hot dog day. What am I supposed to do? Not tell any jokes? And for the record, Barb, knee-deep in wieners is funny as shit. So maybe I'll be back next year, maybe I won't. The other place I practice probably isn't the best is at work. It's one thing to be the funny guy at work, the funny guy in a meeting. It's another thing to have HR show up at your office every single day. A couple other places when you get pulled over, not great. Russian bathhouses, not a lot of humor there. Congressional hearings, these are places not to practice, just trust me. The last lesson that I've learned is this: I don't like negative feedback. That really hit these 2 guys over there. So you would think, so I'm twice divorced, you would think I'd be accustomed to it, you think I'd be used to it. I'm not, and I never will be, right? Me and my brother Tony did a show last summer, and I got the judges' scores back. I Googled how to kill myself. It was terrible. I called my brother, I said, I'm quitting the industry. He goes, you're not in the industry. I said, well, if they ever ask, I'm done. And again, people come up after and they're like, you know what you should have said? You know what would have been funny? And I just want to punch them in the throat. So let's make a pact right here, if you guys don't mind. If you enjoyed my set tonight, I'd love to hear about it after the show. Right? If you didn't enjoy my stuff, Dad, I'll see you at brunch on Sunday. Okay? I don't want to, I'm not in the mood tonight. I just don't want to hear it. So, a lot of lessons learned. So, John, great. Give it up again for John. Super excited. I'm really excited about our next comedian. I saw him perform at the last show we did here. He's young, he's confident, he doesn't know anything better.